Why hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So yesterday I had asked everybody a question and that question was, what's the deal with tech keys? Do you think people are intentionally deflating them, or do you think there are so many other ways in the game itself that people are basically getting a bunch of these, causing a natural deflation? Now, I went through all of my comments, the good and the bad and the straight up confusing. And the first person that I chose was Start Cool 2124, and they said,
I don't think this was a forced deflation, but I think they are becoming more common because of all the pay-to-win methods. For example, when I grind for a day, I get 20 tech keys, but about only 14 crystal keys, and maybe one void key because pay to win. Also, people are giving up on the good versus evil and getting more keys in Hacker World. Username, Lando the Mag.
and to be quite honest, I do have to agree with that. I decided to overnight grind basically all of last night and all day yesterday, and I've kind of found out that getting tech keys are not that hard if you just set up properly. Now, I know this is going to be a little different because I do have super drops, so I do get better items out of this, but I also use treasure flags, meaning that I also get a bunch of items, which did help out substantially. Now, I know this doesn't really reflect how many I was able to get last night because I kept combining them, but I also see that if you combined your crystal keys, you do have a chance to get tech keys. And this actually kicks in with your mastery, which is really amazing, but it honestly causes more circulation of tech keys. So there is a lot of things that do go into this process, causing a natural deflation. I think I've been seeing this fluctuate in wrap over the past day, and it'll go all the way down to 7,000 and go all the way back up to around 12k. So it depends every hour, but it seems like people are just buying these out because it is so cheap. But today what we are going to end up doing is finding out if the spinny wheel thingy here in Void World is theoretically broken. Now, I did read on my comments before that somebody wanted me to check out the Void Wheel to kind of see if it was worth actually using. Now, before we actually do get started, I do have to kind of say this because I've been seeing a lot of people here and there kind of speak. These tests are primarily to see if something is going on in the game for players to take advantage of. Now, at any point in time, if something is technically broken, the devs have all the right in the world to fix this. So, when you do see this video and something is going on, keep in mind that it could quite possibly get fixed if it is broken. Now, these are just informational videos to kind of see if things are broken, or better yet, to see if it's worth doing and investing your gems into. All of yesterday, I went out into the trade hub and I invested around almost literally 120 million gems in just spinny wheel tickets. Now, this was literally almost all of my gems at the time, so I do have some risk in doing this. No, this does not mean that when I do test it, I have some sort of advantage with other players because I am a content creator. That doesn't make sense now, does it? So this is a pure testing video to see if you should honestly invest your gems in. Hence the title, Is This Officially Broken with a question mark. So with that being said, today we're going to go ahead and test this out to see if it's broken or if there's something going on with the wheel. We are going to be testing this out. Now, I do have today's question, so make sure you stay tuned because the winner will get a huge pet on my next video upload. And don't forget, tomorrow is Doomsday. If you already know, you already know. And if you don't, then tomorrow at 8:45 Pacific Standard Time, I will be hosting a live stream where I'll be giving away a bunch of huges for free. And that's basically it in a nutshell. So let's go ahead and get started. So early morning yesterday, I thought it was a really good idea to spend literally 100 million gems or more on just Void Wheel tickets. Now, I know you guys are probably going to see a bunch of tech wheel tickets, which I do plan on actually testing out because this is a separated wheel that has different chances. Now, everybody on my Discord server literally just sent me a bunch of them. I think I only ended up paying one person, but everybody else was more than happy to send me the extra ones for free. So again, thank you guys so much for helping me fund this video, because I'm not even joking. I think I bought like 2,000 tickets and that cost me 100 million gems. It was expensive. Now, we are going to be speeding this up because this was a very, very long process. Now, considering the fact that we did spend 100 million gems, the only things I'm going to actually be paying attention to are 3 things. Obviously, the huge pet that is inside of the wheel, gems that we do get from the wheel, and lastly, mini chests, due to the fact that it does give you a good amount of gems. Now, if somebody else in the game decides to go ahead and invest in, honestly, 100 million gems or more in this, the main goal of this is to basically make your gems back, right? Now, Elk on my Discord server did the math for all of the chances for basically the wheels. Now, they did say that their mathematical equation could quite possibly be wrong, but this is what you guys are looking at right now. So, based on those chances, I have around 5,000 tickets or so. And just keep in mind, this is just an estimate. Normally, you do see the huge on the wheel every once in a while, and it's not too uncommon to see it. It does pop up once in a while, whether that is the normal variant, the gold variant, but very rarely I see the rainbow one. But I kind of walked away for about 4 or 5 hours, and I'm gonna say that very lightly because it did take almost all morning and all afternoon to basically get rid of all of these tickets, or at least it felt like that. Eventually, I kind of realized that, okay, maybe I'm not going to be getting the huge. I'm down almost 2,500 tickets, and I still don't notice a huge yet. But every once in a while, I did hear a ringing, and that was the jackpot. I instantly got out of bed, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got the huge. And in reality, it wasn't. It was like a potion or something. So I kind of just went back to bed. But the good news is the gems are slowly being made back, regardless if I spent the 100 million or not. So I did start this test off with 0 gems, just so I could see if it was possible. Now, I know not everybody is going to also have the same experience where they end up getting their gems back, because it might be different for everyone else. Just because I don't get a huge doesn't mean that you won't get a huge. But how many tickets is it going to take for you to actually hit a huge? Or how many tickets does it take in order for you to make your gems back when you're using the void tickets? So we'll let this continue to go all the way down to near the end, and then we will go over everything. And right about here is when I actually made my gems back from buying 100 million worth in void tickets. Now, this is very fortunate for me because I was actually terrified that I wasn't going to make my gems back from doing this. At the very end of the test, I checked everything inside of my inventory and I did not get a huge pet out of this. So, does this actually mean that you should invest your gems into having that risk to reward system, or should you just stay away from the wheel altogether? It's so hard to say because you will most likely make your gems back, and if you do end up losing gems, it probably will be more than just maybe 20% of gem loss. Now again, this varies between person to person, and you might lose all of your gems, or you could just quite possibly make 75% of your gems back. The good news is now, I know this is going to be hard to look at because I did not get 1,500 large gift bags out of this, but I was able to accumulate some of the mini chests from the wheel, which is a huge plus for me because I will end up making more gems that way. So it does end up paying for itself eventually if you are lucky. Now, I did end it off very early, and I believe I had 86 Void Wheel tickets left. But I felt like during that time period, it wasn't worth it for me to continue to spin because I made my gems back, which is what I really wanted, was to make my gems back. So the only advice that I could really give to players out there is only buy what you are not afraid to lose. Meaning, if you're not going to miss the gems that you're investing into, go ahead and go buy some Spinny Wheel tickets and try your luck. Now, is the wheel broken? No, it is not broken. Okay, first of all, it is not broken. Will you get your gems back? It's a 50-50 chance that you will make your gems back. So to the person who actually suggested this, I appreciate it, but there's no sus things happening with the wheel itself. Now, I know the chances have recently changed due to the fact that they added new variants, aka a shiny pet. So all of our chances have been changed. So hopefully you guys have better luck than I did. This test did not work out. So there is no fixing that Big Games needs to do in order to adjust any of the odds. So hopefully you guys have way better luck. Now today's big question, if this giant potion wants to get out of my face, is do you think it is worth investing gems into buying spinny Void Wheel ticket thingies to get a huge pet? Or do you believe that it is a huge waste of time in order to do so? Remember, I was here from early morning yesterday to mid-afternoon doing this. So it did take a lot of time to actually just get all of this stuff finished and wrapped up. In the next video upload, I will be picking the person with the best answer, and until then, I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye everybody. Gosh, you know what I actually forgot to do? I am like mid-editing this entire video while we're talking and while we're doing all of this stuff. I forgot to send out the huge that the comment want for today. So congratulations to Lando. Congrats. If I could spell congrats. Oh my gosh. There we go. That's the closest I can spell it. It might be right. If it's not, then it's not. So congratulations, and okay, bye for real now.